What's up, movie TV Schmoedown fans? It's me again, trying to hopefully watch some Schmoedown matches now that there's a bit of a break after Spectacular, from my point of view, obviously. Final Exam versus King Arthur. Not really much to say about that. I know who won, for obvious reasons, but yeah, I'm still supporting Swag on this one because, I mean, I'm a really big Oyama fan and a really big Lon Harris fan. And, well, King Arthur, even though they won, they made it spectacular. I know that because I have friends who are kind of in the industry right now. But, I mean, I'm still going to support my team, regardless of whether they win or lose. So, that's why I'm wearing the Swag t-shirt today. Obviously participating myself, but probably not going to get any points at all. So, yeah. Here we go. Final Exam versus King Arthur. Let's go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown alongside Jillian Marie making her debut on the desk. I am merely Mark Ellis, and Jillian, what a match you selected for your very first one alongside myself, because it is the kickoff of the team's tournament. That's right, the team's tournament is now upon us with a lot of squads having hopes of hoisting a win in the tournament. So before we get there, we got to get through round number one, and currently it's Final Exam, a team that we've lauded for it feels like centuries, or at least a couple seasons, taking on a brand new team, Jillian, King Arthur, that's composed of two pretty darn good singles players in King Khan and Downtown Griffin Newman. So how do you see this one shaking out?
You know, Mark, I can see this going either way. We've seen what Final Exam can do. They're an amazing team. They have had a little bit of a roller coaster, but we know that they can pull off wins just like that. However, when it comes to King Arthur, they're a complete enigma. But as you said, both of them have very great singles records right now. They're both very great singles players. It'll be interesting to see how they bring those singles minds into the teams division.
Yeah, and it's all about chemistry when you're talking about entering the team format, because you have Griffin and you have King Khan, and not only do they work alone prior to this, they seem like they thrived on it. They seem like they thrived on their individuality. Now they're going to have to put their collective brains together. We've seen Final Exam do that to splendid results, 3 knockouts in their career, but they're 6-4, and like you said, some of those losses have been at the last second, had been on one question that separated them from victory. It's really painful to see, but you know that Final Exam feels like this is their tournament to lose.
100% agree with that. And we've seen Paul is a singles champion. He's a former singles champion. Lon could easily also get that belt. But then exactly when it comes to the Finstock Exchange and King Arthur, I think it's definitely going to come down to that chemistry, because you could easily say that a lot of people on the Finstock Exchange might have a bit of an ego. Could that ego help them today, or could it deter them?
Ego.
You're already making me look bad, so thank you for that. And for how we got here today, well, I just got back from Vegas. As far as the teams themselves, let's take a look at this.
I just straight up didn't know it. I tried using repeats to try and pull it. I am not done this season just because I lost today. I plan to still win a belt this year, and I plan to help the rest of the Finstock Exchange advance in the tournament.
Alright, that loss to Lon sucked, but it happens. Sometimes you just get questions you don't know the answer to. I've shaken it off, and we're on to the team's tournament. All right, who is our first opponent? Oh, so that's how it's gonna be.
I feel like this is the most determined Paul Oyama I've ever seen.
They'll know when we play. They'll know when the bill comes due.
Now, obviously, it would have been selfish of me to win both tournaments, so I devoted all my attention to teams, and this time, I brought help from the Tick. No, not Peter Serafinowicz, although that would have been cool. I brought Arthur, or as you might know him, Downtown Griffin News.
King Khan and Griffin Newman are going to be the team in the tournament for exchange. It is not going to be Rushmore. It is not going to be any other team. It is King Khan and Griffin Newman.
You feel that ripple that just went through the crowd out here?
Now, some of you might be wondering, hold on, why is the exchange putting in their B team when a trip to Spectacular is on the line? Well, here's the thing. There are no B teams on the exchange. all we have are A players. And me and Griffin plan to go all the way to face either Shazam or Lightning Time at the end. There's no one in our path that we can't take down. Paul Online, this truly is your final exam.
So the whole problem was just King Khan. Lon didn't submit anything. Paul didn't do anything. Winston
Well,
didn't do
Jillian,
anything.
it's always exciting when you have Winston Marshall and Tom Dagnino as a manager. So you got Gucci and you got Swag, and with the two of them together, you're going to see a lot of trash talk. But look, let's be honest. Well, regardless of what we think of the managers and their shenanigans, they have produced two quality teams, or at least we think we're going to get quality with King Arthur. They're about to be able to prove whether they can live up to that hype.
That's for sure. Let's see if the managers and their managing styles, no matter how chaotic they can be, let's see how it pays off for these teams today.
Now, I know that you're in a newer apartment. Maybe you don't have all the boxes unpacked yet. Do you have a clock handy? Do you know what time it is?
Is it time for the movie trivia Schmoedown?
Yeah, I'll let the other guys say it a little bit louder than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first.
Making their team's debut. Representing the Finstock Exchange. They are Downtown. Griffin. Newman. King Khan. King Arthur. Oh, wow. And we get some King regalia. Newman and Khan flexing. Welcome to the match, gentlemen, and welcome to the teams division. Griffin, let's start with you here. You look ready to go, but you have an odd setup. What is the location you're currently at?
Not downtown, I'm assuming.
We're in a hotel lobby. I am traveling. I was told the match would not be happening this week.
Is indeed happening this week. King Khan, are you also in a hotel lobby?
I'm sorry, Mark. He's in my hotel lobby. Yes.
I am in the same hotel lobby.
We're in the same hotel lobby. Mark, if I can just correct you quickly, because you were referring to me by the wrong name. Downtown Griffey Nooms is my single name.
I'm so
my
sorry.
My team name is Downtown Arthur Nooms. Arthur's in quotes.
Arthur Nooms. Okay, so we have a Downtown Arthur, Jillian, and we have King Khan here. Anything you want to ask them before the gentlemen get rumbling?
Yeah, are you guys maybe in a lobby for a comic book convention? Did I not get the memo to dress up today? Do you think being in this getup that you're having, is that an advantage? Is there some lucky pieces of article of clothing that you're wearing? What's happening here?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah, this is what I wear every day. It's like...
Of course.
Traveling. This is just what was left in my suitcase.
Yes.
Focused and ready to go. We hope that they get to check in to whoever's room they're going to. A lot more questions, but we'll save that for Jen Sturger in the postgame. Right now, gentlemen, you can relax in the green room for a sec while we meet your opponents. Representing Team Swag with a team's record of 6 wins, 4 defeats, and 3 knockouts. They are Primetime Oloyama, the delinquent Lon Harris, Final Exam. There is Final Exam. Now, see, these are the gentlemen, and more importantly, the backgrounds that we know. I'm not sure where Taco is. We know where Paul is. You're not in the same hotel lobby at the same exact time.
I'm in the hotel that those guys are in. I just got a room.
Somehow, the delinquents scored a room before
that's a first.
Two very talented King Arthur representatives. So, Lon, let's start with you then, now that you're in the comfort of your hotel room.
Yeah.
Last time we had you on, pretty
That's a
tough
great hotel
loss.
room
Kind of
if
went
they have
down to the
these
wire.
many-
It was is going to go this way, is going to go that way. How do we rebound from something like that?
This is the first ever match I've played, so I don't know what you're talking about. This is my debut. I think I would remember if I had done trivia before and lost. That doesn't sound familiar.
All right, so Paul, it seems like your manager has one of those Men in Black zappers, but regardless of that, how do you and your team feel going into this team's tournament? Do you feel like it's your tournament to lose?
We feel confident the way we always do when we play teams, but we're also wary. We know that these guys are very good, and they're unpredictable. They've never played in teams before, so you don't know what a team like that's going to turn out to be. All we can do is bring our best, and just hope it's better than their best.
Jillian, I see focus from one of them. Anything you want to pose to them before we get going?
Of course, for coming into this match, it is a rookie team that you're competing against. Did your study tactics change at all going into this match, or are you just keeping that same final exam focus?
I'm sorry, what?
They never do.
What? I don't understand the question.
What is focus?
Don't worry about it, Lon.
Okay. Exactly the answer that I expect from both Paul and from Lon. Thank you for playing your roles perfectly, gentlemen. That is who they are in real life, kids. And there they are, final exam meeting for the very first time. King Arthur. We're all set. We're ready to go. And here are the rules of round number 1. Round number 1 of a team's match. It works like a normal round 1. It's an individual exercise of movie trivia know-how. You may not rely on the strength of your teammate to answer any questions Jillian or myself ask in round 1. Each question's worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round 1. We'll ask the question. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever writing surface you or your hotel lobby has provided. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. I will remind each competitor that as a team, you have 3 usages of the JTE rule. That's your repeat. Again, each team has 3 usages of those. You also each have 1 challenge you may utilize as a team throughout any point in the 3-round match. We'll bring in your managers, we'll deliberate to our heart's content, and it will ultimately be your manager that confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. All that out of the way, got one more question for each of you. Let's start with primetime Paul Oyama. Paul, you ready to go?
Set your clocks, let's do this.
And downtown Arthur Nooms.
You're muted.
I would appreciate if you did air quotes around Arthur, but yes, I am ready to do this.
We'll work on that. Lon, the delinquent.
Yeah, I just got a call downstairs and let them know there's ruffians in the lobby, but once I've done that, I'm all set.
All right, we'll see if they can hang until the end of the match. And finally, King Khan, you ready to go?
The king is ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. Here comes question number 1 in round number 1, courtesy of the great Jillian Marie.
Thank you. Question number 1 in the category of horror. Hellbound is the subtitle of the 1988 sequel to what 1987 horror film?
A lot of good 80s dates in there, and it was a simpler time back then, Jillian. You don't.
I wouldn't know.
No,
I wouldn't know, unfortunately.
I'll tell you about it someday. It was great.
No idea. So
2, 1, pens down, and let's go to primetime first.
Hellraiser
is correct. How about
I wrote
Griffin
Hellraiser
Newman?
with a Z.
Arthur.
My S was a little sloppy, so I put an I over a heart over the I to make up for it.
Looks like Hellraiser to me. Lon Harris.
Hellraiser.
And Khan.
Hellraiser.
They're all on the board. Then King Arthur has scored their very first points in Schmoedown history. We now move to our next category, which is movie release dates. And your question: what year saw the release of the Oscar-nominated films Hacksaw Ridge and Hidden Figures?
Never saw either of these.
Oh, they're both really good.
Really? I need to up my movie watching game.
Yeah.
Are they?
Wow. Getting some pushback
Jeez.
from the 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we are going to you first, Arthur.
2016?
I believe the year is 2016.
He is correct for a point. The delinquent?
I screwed up. I deleted. I was going to rewrite it, and I ran out of time. I'm sorry.
Right. We also call that erasing. Con?
2016.
Is correct, and primetime.
2016.
Yeah, I'm glad
he had 2016,
that,
so just the delinquent misses that one. Perfect rounds of 20
had time
for the rest
to
of the
correct
3.
myself.
Jillian, back to you.
Of course. Question number 3 in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Which actor appeared in the films Gattaca, Road to Perdition, and The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus? Some tongue twisters there.
Yeah. There's really no easy one in that 3, so
I'm saying that 5 times fast.
that's why I gave you the odds, you see.
Thanks.
5,
Appreciate it.
4, 3.
Can you repeat?
2, That's first JTE rule for King Arthur.
In the category of fantasy sci-fi, which actor appeared in the films Gattaca, Road to Perdition, and The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
I have no idea, so I just put down a
where it gets
random
really
actor
fun,
that I
is
know
when
was in
you
at
have the
least one of
toughest
them.
question to ask, and then they inevitably ask you to repeat it.
Of course. They have to. I mean, come on now. I got it though. We got there.
3, 2, 1. We got there, took some exits, and now we're here. Delinquent, did you have it?
I believe it's Jude Law.
You are back on the answering train. How about King Khan?
I said Ethan
Thank
Hawke.
you, JT. Jude Law.
And Primetime.
Jude Law.
He's still perfect. Is Downtown.
Sometimes it's good to be against the law when it's Jude Law, that is.
That's very true. Or with the law.
I would be
in that case,
be against him. Physically, I'm saying.
I'd pay to see that fight. Your next category is thrillers. And here we go. What famous film is known for the line, "It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again"?
That doesn't sound very fun.
Again, it's not a hard question to read, but I just don't want to say it again.
If you don't say it in the voice, I don't think it counts.
4, 3, 2, 1. I cannot comment on that till we get answers, starting with King Khan.
Silence of the Lambs.
That is correct. Primetime?
Silence of the Lambs.
I don't watch horror movies. Sue me, okay?
A moth knows his moth movies. Silence of the Lambs.
And Delinquent, I think you have it.
I also have Silence of the Lambs.
He's got it. So we're looking at 3 perfect rounds halfway through round 1, and it is King Arthur with a 1-point lead.
Question number 5 in the category of famous actors and actresses. Which actor has played the characters Sherlock Holmes, Federal Wildlife Marshal Willen Hawley, and Jacobum Mugatu?
All right.
Another one of those tongue twisters.
Yeah, really. This is when our fantastic writing team likes to have fun with us, but we're doing it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate it.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Primetime. We're back to you.
Will Ferrell.
The great Will Ferrell's correct. How about Downtown?
Sometimes it feels to go feral. Will Ferrell, that is.
Will Ferrell will accept. And Delinquent.
I also had Will Ferrell.
He also got it. And King Khan.
It is a crime that this man played Sherlock Holmes. Will Ferrell.
I can't really argue with that. So we'll move on to your next category, which is comedies.
There it is.
Playing along. Your question: what comedy featuring Bill Murray has the tagline, "You wouldn't want to meet these pinheads in an alley"? And you know, Jillian, we're talking about comedies. We just had
Freaking
Will Ferrell as
tagline
an
question.
answer. We got to give it up to the late great Norm Macdonald, just one of the all-time funniest humans ever.
Of course. That was heart-crushing when I heard that.
4, 3, 2,
I mean, I have
1. They don't make them like
something in
that.
mind.
Let's go to Downtown Arthur
know.
Newman.
We're King Arthur, but the name of this movie is Kingpin.
Very good. That is correct on both accounts. And Lon Harris.
I also had Kingpin.
Did Khan.
I finally get to answer a king question. Kingpin.
And Primetime.
Kingpin.
We got a lot of perfect rounds here, Jillian.
Bravo. Let's see if they can keep it going with question number 7 in the category of Disney. Which actor appeared in the Disney films Angels in the Outfield, Operation Dumbo Drop, and 2006's The Shaggy Dog?
All right, you see what we're doing now? Now we're going
I
from Mark's
really have
childhood
not
to
watched all
Jillian's
Disney
childhood.
live
Mine.
action
I know.
movies.
Okay, now I see why you gave me these questions. I see it. We're just living our lives through these questions.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and let's go to the Delinquent.
Tim Allen.
Incorrect. How about King Khan?
Well, that's not great. Tim Allen.
Oops.
I can't give you the points if I didn't give it to the Delinquent. Let's go to Primetime.
It's really not great. Tim Allen.
Whoa!
All right, for the last perfect round left, Downtown Arthur Nooms.
I'm known as a trivia Glover, but this actor's name is Danny Glover.
He got it, and he still has the perfect round, so I will continue to honor his ridiculous air quote request. That is correct. So it is currently 13-11. It's a 2-point lead for King Arthur over Final Exam, and we get to our final question in round number 1, and that is in the category of remakes and reboots. And the question,
remakes and reboots.
Which Arnold Schwarzenegger action film is a remake of the French film La Totale?
Can you say that with a French accent, Mark?
Isn't that what I just did? La Totale. No, that's
there
like,
we go.
That's more Italian
no
than anything else.
But I got 3 answers.
5,
Correct.
4,
I'm fine
3.
with it.
Say by the
Repeat
count.
the question.
2.
Repeat the question.
Repeat the question from, that would be Final Exam. Remakes and reboots. Which Arnold Schwarzenegger action film is a remake of the French film La Totale?
Now I'll make it even more difficult. Can you do
Now,
an
Lawrence not
Arnold
too confident in his answer.
Schwarzenegger doing a French accent?
I'll attempt it after they write down their answer. I don't want to get.
Perfect.
I don't want a caca incident. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we're going to go to King Khan first.
Total Recall?
Is incorrect.
That's what I was gonna
Prime
say.
Time?
Very poorly scribbled True Lies.
Poorly scribbled, but accurate nonetheless. That is correct. Downtown for the perfect round 1.
The answer is oxymoronic, but it is True Lies.
Oxymoronic and correct. The Delinquent.
True Lies.
They also had it. So it's a perfect round only for Downtown, and a close game at that. It is 14-13. And once again, the name of the French film was La Totale.
Perfect.
That's all I could do. So now, Griffin, you have a perfect round. Congratulations. You're going to be asked a bonus question that is just to you, no one else. So you don't have to write down this. Just anytime within the 15-second window. Once Jillian is completed asking the question, you may wager a guess. Jillian, at your ready.
All right. Arthur Nooms, your bonus question. Which actor appeared in the 90s crime films Ricochet, Casino, and The Usual Suspects?
I'm going to guess Benicio del Toro. Just as a guess.
I'm going to say the answer is Kevin Pollak.
That is correct for a point. He got that one, and just like that, it's back to a 2-point advantage for
Still on
King
my 3,
Arthur over Final Exam. They're
Better than
far
0.
from pulling a sword out of a stone,
Round
but they
1.
do have a 2-point lead over a great team in Final Exam. As we head into round number 2, this is the wheel round, and here's how it works. Each team gets a spin at that thar wheel of destiny, justice, fate, possibly doom. Once you settle on a category, the team will field 6 questions in that particular realm. Teams may confer amongst their members for each and every question answer. We do ask that you say final answer once you do arrive at your conclusion. Each question is worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options. We're told one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question does recede to 1. Because this is a team format and we are virtual, the other team will be in a green room waiting. Once we bring them back after the initial question, that's when steal opportunities will be presented should there be any JTE rules and challenges still apply. So, King Arthur, you are in a situation that's unique to you because you've never played before. You have the lead going into round 2. Do you want to spin the wheel first or defer to your opponents?
Arthur, I think we go with the plan.
I think first timers, we're doing everything first.
Everything
We
first.
plan to
So
come
let's
in
go
first place. Let's spin first, please.
Now,
There
is
he is.
Gucci in the
Gucci.
same hotel lobby as
Yesterday's
they are?
price ain't today's price. That's the bottom line. Now, there's a difference between gifted and talented. There's a big one. But we're both. So it really doesn't make a difference. Perfect round, Griffey. Beautifully done. Con, amazing as well. 2-point lead. Let's roll this and let's roll the dice and see what's up here. Let's take it home. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
They're the type of guys who order, try to order sushi at a hot dog stand. We need those guys.
All right, not sure what that means, so let's get that wheel spun. Round and round.
So-
I see a little bit of pep in this wheel.
Let's go.
All right, and it
Let's
settles
go.
on the
Oh, no!
opponent's choice
Okay.
rears its ugly head once again, so we drop
And it
out
was
the
on the
leaders
first
and we
spin,
bring
just
back
wanted to
final
point that
exam.
out.
All right, Winston Marshall on camera sooner than he
Winston
thought he might
Marshall.
be, but now you gentlemen have a big decision to make. 60 seconds to decide which category to saddle your opponents with.
The one we
Hey,
talked about,
guys.
right?
No, for sure. But guys, I just want to point something out. 5 seconds ago's wheel is the same wheel that's sitting in front of us, telling us that we get to decide their fate. I don't know if you knew that.
Wait, does
because
this mean
a lot
we
of
get?
times
Does this mean we get sushi? Because that sounds pretty
I
good.
will. I mean, it sounds pretty great right now. I already had some on order, so we're gonna
I like
handle
a
it. But
spicy
yeah,
tuna roll.
yeah, we're gonna stick.
Mark, we're gonna give them Wizarding World.
Wizarding
okay,
World
yes.
is your selection. All
Some
right, you
points
gentlemen may
for
now
me.
retreat to your green room stream. You find yourselves with a 2-point
Con
lead,
looks like
King
someone who
Arthur,
wrote
and you
Wizarding
spun the
World.
wheel first. You were feeling good. Now it's opponent's
Room's
choice, and it
probably
is the
also-
Wizarding World. 6 questions
But
are going to emerge
I'm
in
probably
that
gonna get some
category,
questions
courtesy
here, too.
of Jillian Marie. It's the Wizarding World, Jillian, and people either really love this or they hate it. Let's see how
Who hates it? Come
Final
on.
Exams choice does
People who
for
Hate
King
it
Arthur.
aren't people. Come on.
Let's find out. King Arthur in the category of Wizarding World. What year saw the release of the first film in the Harry Potter series?
2001.
It's 2001.
Griffin, right?
Yeah, we're on the same page about this. 2001,
Yeah,
final
2001.
answer.
I remember being in the theater for that
2001
one.
is correct for 2 points from Wizarding World.
All right, they're on the board.
Question number 2 to King Arthur. What character is shown to be the Death Eater who betrayed Harry's parents to Voldemort, resulting in their death?
Peter Pettigrew.
I have a guess, and it's Fenrir Greyback, but I think we probably go multiple.
I agree. Let's go multiple, please.
Let's go multiple choice.
Multiple choice? Your multiple choice
Fenrir
options
Greyback
are
wasn't even in that
Severus
movie.
Snape, Lucius Malfoy, Remus Lupin, Peter Pettigrew.
Great
I
multiple
believe-
choices, but it's Peter Pettigrew.
Go ahead.
I believe it's Lucius Malfoy. Do you agree with that?
Nope.
That sounds right. Yeah. Let's go with that.
We're gonna go.
Lucius
Sir?
Lucius
All
Malfoy,
right, they
final
said-
answer.
Lucius Malfoy is their final answer,
It's
and that is
incorrect.
incorrect. And so that will be a steal opportunity for Final Exam. Once they get back in the meantime, we'll continue with the questioning in round 2 for King Arthur.
Your next question in the category of Wizarding World. In total, how many films in the overall Wizarding World franchise has David Yates directed?
6.
The answer is 6, Arthur.
I
Order
agree.
of the
the
Phoenix,
Phoenix, all the way to the
Blood
end.
Prince, Deathly Hallows 1 and
Yep.
2, and the
6
Fantastic
is
Beasts
correct.
franchise.
Another 2 points on the board.
And it's
for
also the
King
same
Arthur.
number of
All right, they're back on the
questions I
answering
answered
trend.
correctly.
There was another 2-pointer,
Same
and
number
so
of
we
points
go
I had.
to their 4th question.
And your question number 4 in the category of Wizarding World. What are the objects that are used to store part of a person's soul called in the Harry Potter films?
Horcruxes.
Either
Horcruxes. Yeah, we both agree. We're
Yeah,
gonna say
Horcruxes.
Horcruxes. Final answer.
Horcrux is correct. Another 2 points for King Arthur in the category of Wizarding World.
Oh yeah, that's 6 questions. I forgot.
So now they're faced with their
By the way, I have
penultimate
7 now, and
question
that's
in the
exactly the
Wizarding
same number
World.
of
Question
Horcruxes
5
that
of
was in the
6
franchise.
for 2 points.
For
For your
Voldemort.
penultimate question, which actress plays Nagini in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald?
Griffin, I know this.
Good one.
This is Claudia Kim.
Yeah, Claudia Kim. Yeah.
Claudia Kim, final answer.
Yeah. Suppose I would've
Claudia
gotten
Kim
it with
is
multiple choice.
correct. Correct.
Wow.
Wow, I know. Look at that.
They know
go.
themselves some of this Wizarding World, and they have
They-
one more question to prove that know-how.
In your final question in the category of Wizarding World, which female character said, "People are easiest to read when they are hurting"?
This sounds like Luna Lovegood, Griffin.
I was.
Yeah,
I
it
have the
does.
exact same instinct. I think we go with that. Final
Yeah, I
think
answer.
we go
Luna
for it.
Lovegood.
Luna Lovegood also.
Luna Lovegood is incorrect.
Really?
And so 2 misses, but 4 correct answers in, again, their opponent's choice category that is more inner geekdom than it is anything else. And so an impressive performance nonetheless for King Arthur, but there are some steal opportunities when we welcome back Final Exam. Thank you, gentlemen. Remain in this stream until we settle on a category for Final Exam. Final Exam, welcome. Well, you saddled your opponents with opponent's choice because that's what King Arthur spun. They yielded a pretty impressive number of points, but they also gave way to 2 still opportunities that we will present to you right now, courtesy of the great Jillian.
How many points did they score? Did they score 8?
It is currently 23-13. It was an 8-point round for them.
Cool.
And now you have 2 questions. The first one is a multiple choice. So Jillian is going to read the entire question, the options, and she's also going to tell you what your opponent's guess.
I don't know, man.
Thanks, Mark. Gentlemen, what character is shown to be the Death Eater who betrayed Harry's parents to Voldemort, resulting in their death?
Peter Pettigrew.
Your choices are A. Severus Snape, B. Lucius Malfoy, C. Remus Lupin, or D. Peter Pettigrew. Your opponents answered B. Lucius Malfoy.
It is Peter Pettigrew.
Peter Pettigrew, yep.
D. Peter Pettigrew, final answer.
Peter Pettigrew is correct for that 1-point steal from Final Exam.
Told you.
Wow, they apparently fans of the Wizarding. Am I the only one that doesn't watch these? Okay, well, we got one more steal opportunity for you. This one's a 2-pointer, so Jillian's just going to read the question, and then we will tell you what the answer that was incorrect, that was wagered by King Arthur.
Gentlemen, which female character said, "People are easiest to read when they are hurting"?
Your opponent's wagered
answered
Luna Lovegood.
Correct.
I think it's Queenie from Fantastic Beasts.
That is a very good guess. I was going to say McGonagall, but I like your guess better.
Yeah,
Queenie
McGonagall,
Goldstein,
that doesn't
final
sound
answer.
right to me.
Mark, they got another steal. That is correct.
Well done. Great.
A huge
really
3
good.
points
really
by
good.
a veteran team doing what they do best. And so now it is a 7-point hole that they find themselves in. And now they're going to have an opportunity to dig themselves out of it. Before we get to the wheel itself, we will now bring back your manager of Team Swag, Winston Marshall.
Huge. Huge. That is what we do. That is where the experience comes in. They are obviously, I'll give Gucci, what he said, man. They are a talented group for sure. But that's exactly where experience and gameplay comes in. I'm proud of you two. We got our 2 JTEs. Give us the wheel. Let's get it popping. I'm feeling good, baby. I'm feeling good. My chest is tight. Like I've been doing my push-ups.
My
and
chest
legs.
is also tight. That's
Matter of
weird.
fact, get the wheel up. I'm gonna do some workouts while we come on. Get this
wheel.
workout in. Let's go.
We don't know how many. Okay, those are not push-ups.
He's getting his steps in,
Gotta get my steps in. Let's go. Yes, sir.
Yeah, kids in gym class at home, those are not push-ups. Just so
Oh,
you know.
no!
They
I think it's opponents.
choice.
I think it's opponents. Yeah.
I'm gonna
It
say
is opponents. We got close. I had to squint to get there, but it was opponent's choice.
All right. You know what goes around comes around.
Yeah, it does.
Justin Timberlake song produced by Timberlake. It was pretty amazing off that sexy album, whatever that was. What are you guys thinking here? You want to? What about Pixar?
I think we stick with the plan. I think we stick with the plan.
Are they going to give him Pixar?
And go with movie release dates, Arthur.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
he's indicating to me yes.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's hear Scott Mance. No one's Scott Mance here. We're at Numbskull Bateman. So yeah, let's do it.
All right, movie release date. King Arthur is in another room, not their room. They still haven't checked into their room.
No, they're not allowed up here. I will call
other
security.
Virtual room. And so now we will begin the questioning for Final Exam in the category chosen for them by King Arthur, movie release dates. It is the first match of the first round of the team's tournament. 2 opponents' choice, resulting in movie release dates for this team right here, Final Exam. Your first question in the category of movie release dates, we love you, Scott Mance, is what year saw the release of Michael Bay's Bad Boys?
This is 1995, Lon.
I agree.
I was going to go
1995, final answer.
It was a 7-point game. It is now a 5-point advantage for King Arthur. That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. Seth Rogen had the leading role in 2 2008 comedies? Zack and Miri Make a Porno was one. Which Judd Apatow produced film was the other?
Pineapple Express, I believe, Lon.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, that's
He is the. You would say he's the lead in that, right?
Well, it's him and James Franco,
Yeah,
but sure.
yeah.
And that does sound like the correct year.
Pineapple Express, final answer.
Pineapple Express is correct for 2 more points, so they're navigating their
Pineapple
opponent's choice
Express.
category nicely. Here's your next question for 2 more points. In what year were a Fast and Furious film and a Triple X film both released? That would be the action franchise, Triple X.
It's got to be recent, right? Because it would have been the third Triple X.
I think that's
Well, 2003 is
29.
Triple X State of the Union. Oh no, wait.
That's when
3?
Repeat the question.
Diesel wanted to.
It's the second JTE
No,
rule.
wait.
And it is.
I mean, I'm tempted to say, yeah, it's like
Year were a Fast and
2015 or
Furious film
2016.
and a Triple X film both released.
Like when Furious 7 came out.
Well,
Which
what
would be,
what year is Triple X State of the Union?
I mean, specifically, I don't remember.
We gotta go to multiple choice, I think.
Yeah, we'll go to multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
They're going to go to multiple choice. All right, your 4 options for a point. Is it A, 2001, B, 2006, C, 2011, D, 2017?
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, see, I'm tempted to
2017.
say 2017, and it would be
because 17 was
like-
Fate of the Furious.
Fate of the Furious and Return of
Yeah,
Xander Cage. you think?
and then Xander Cage. Yeah,
And the Return of Xander
2017
Cage.
final answer.
Took a while to get there, Jillian, but it resulted in a point for final exam.
yeah.
We only got 1 repeat left, so we gotta use it smartly.
All right.
So they have now trimmed this all the way down to a 2-point lead, and more importantly, they still have 3 questions left they could possibly take advantage of. Here is your next movie release date question. What year saw the release of John Wick and Interstellar?
2014.
This is 2014, Mon. 100% confident.
Yep. No, I know.
2014 final answer.
Is correct for 2 more points
The year
And your penultimate
I
question.
finished the military.
in movie release dates. What year saw the release of the young adult adaptation, The Fault in Our Stars?
I think that's
20.
Or 2014, because it's the year before paper.
I was going to say
Paper Ink.
2013 or 14.
Ooh.
So if you feel like 2014, it's one of those two for sure. I think no. You know what? It's 2013. I think you're right.
Multiple choice. Let's go to multiple choice. I don't want to risk it.
All right.
Multiple choice is
Minimize
what I
the
heard.
damage
That's what
if
I'm
you
going
can.
with for a point. Your 4 options. Is it A, 2012, B, 2014, C, 2015,
15, though.
D, 2016?
It's got to be 2014.
14, because it's before. I know it's before Paper
Yeah.
Town. So 2014 final answer.
We're just basing all our answers off paper towns now? Okay, that's correct for a
Yeah.
point. They got it.
6
Now-
degrees of paper towns. That's how I'm playing this whole game.
America's favorite party game. Your final question.
I'd like to phone a friend, John Green.
You all do have the lead, so you can joke around a little bit. It's a
Actually,
1-point
yeah,
lead,
I
24 to
think-
23. But you still have 1 more question in the world of
it does
movie
sound more
release dates. And
Logical
here
that
it
was
is.
14, yeah.
Which year saw releases in the Mad Max, James Bond, and Nightmare on Elm Street franchises?
Oh, having
One of
Mad
the
Max
80s
that out
Bonds,
there
right?
So 86. I don't
really
think there's
limits
a
the
Bond.
options.
I think there's an
2015.
87 Bond. Isn't that View to a? No, that's not View. No, that's it's the.
Multiple choice. Multiple choice.
Yeah.
All right.
There is an 87 Bond.
So just
Oh,
gonna
I
give
just
us
got
all
rid
the
of
Mad
it.
Max
Damn it.
release dates because there are
Is
4
it
of them.
A, 1981,
not.
B, 1985, C, 1987, or D, 1989?
I think it's 85.
I think
that's
it's 85 too,
Thunderdome,
yeah.
Nightmare 2, and then I think that's View to
Yeah.
a Kill. View to a
That
Kill.
sounds-
Yeah.
It's not View to a Kill. It would have to be
Or-
one of the
yeah, anyway.
Daltons.
It's
License
not.
to Kill.
1985 final answer.
I do believe it was Freddy's Revenge released that year. That is correct for another point.
Ugh.
And Jillian,
The
you
Daltons
talk
were
about
87 and
teamwork,
90
you
or
talk
89,
about
90.
chemistry, you talk
Yeah.
about veteran team experience. That is what we just witnessed on display. They did not give away one steal opportunity, even though they were saddled with opponent's choice.
Should've had that one.
Tremendous round.
Yeah,
They
we did.
gives them the lead by 2 going into round number 3.
Definitely, absolutely crazy to see how well this team, to this day, is still like this. They can talk to each other so well. The communication is on point. They were dealt opponent's choice, and they handled it like the pros that they are.
Brilliant maneuver, and now we're going to bring back King Arthur. All right, we're back from green rooms and opponents' choices in round 2, but we find ourselves with a 2-point lead for Final Exam over top, the rookie sensation of King Arthur. So here's how round number 3 works. In round number 3, we ask a series of questions
I can't
to each
believe
team.
this, but I got
These questions
10
total 3.
questions correct.
How do we get those questions? Well, the teams give us a number. We need a range from 1 to 20 for each team. 3
Probably
numbers from each team. Those correspond to a unique category of Schmoedown mystery. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. Your final question is worth 5 points. Here's where it gets different for the team format. There's 2 of you. However, once you hear the category for the 2-point question, the team must select which member will be fielding that question solo. You may not rely on the strength of your teammate to answer the 2-pointer. Then we'll go to the opposite team member for the 3-pointer, who, again, must answer that question solo without the strength of their teammate. You may only confer with your team for the 5-point question. With all that understood, Final Exam. We get your 3 lucky numbers first from 1 to 20. What feels fortunate?
Lon, you want to get them?
3, 7, and 14.
3, 7, and 14 it is. All right, now we go to King Arthur. Any 3 numbers from 1 to 20 that are not 3, 7, or 14. Kind of
I
muted.
can barely hear you.
I'd like to throw 19 into the mix.
19?
Let's go 9.
Well, you can see
And
why
you can
he's
finish it off.
muted.
Number 1, baby. First Timers Club.
All right.
19, 9, and 1 it is.
1991.
Man, too bad they couldn't do 1999. That was probably one of my favorite Prince songs. All right, look, guys, here's the deal. That was how you do that. That's how you run an opponent's choice, both how you give and receive, because it is about that mutual respect. We got the 1 JTE. So the big thing here, obviously, we want to save it for when it's appropriate, but obviously as close as this is and knowing how strong these guys are, if you need it, take it, and we'll figure it out going forward. Anything you guys want to get off your chest before we go out and finish this thing?
No, I'm feeling good. How are you, Lon?
Like 18 coughs, but I'll hold them for after the show.
Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. I believe in you. I love you. Let's get her done. Peace.
And now Gucci for his 60 seconds of brilliance.
Look, they got opponent's choice too. We're down 2. That's nothing. One of these guys are going to miss, but let's get them all. We need all of them.
Yeah.
And that's the facts. Let's get the
That
2,
is the
3, and
plan.
5, get them to their 5, and we'll take this home, and we're off to the next round. That's just what it is. Let's get it.
Gucci, can I ask how there's somehow more background noise in your environment despite the fact that we're in a hotel lobby?
Well, I'm in a little fishing village in Kyoto, Japan.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
that's probably why.
Tom,
Yeah.
where are you?
I'm at my house.
Okay.
Looking to.
And
That's not me. I don't know who's. No, there's nothing in here. Maybe it's an echo. I'm not really sure what that is.
Well,
But
we can ask some
I
questions
think
and
we're
figure
going
out
to
later.
smash money. Let's get these
Yeah,
answers and take this thing home, and then I'll meet you
Let's
guys
go.
over in Koreatown. We'll meet my buddy Jimmy. We'll hook you guys up with some stuff.
I want to get hooked up with some stuff by Jimmy. I'm gonna how come I don't get these kind of invitations?
We all. All right. Well, now we're going to hook you up with some questions, but no answers. You're going to have to come up with those individually. And Jillian, it is King Arthur who is going to be striking first. They're looking to tie the ball game here with their 2-pointer. They selected category 19. Gentlemen, that corresponds to the world of comedies. Who would like to field it for 2 points?
Griffin, I can take it.
You want to? You sure?
Yes.
Go with God, King. Go with God.
Yes. God's on my side.
Bold,
All right, King
very
Khan,
bold.
You will be fielding the comedy question. Jillian will be administering it.
All right, for your 2-pointer in the category of comedies, what 1980s comedy had the tagline, "This summer, Prince Akeem discovers America"?
Coming to America.
Would be Coming to America.
King knows a prince, baby. King knows a prince.
Zamunda forever.
Zamunda
It is a little bit
forever.
fitting. All right, so now that avoids the TKO for King Arthur fairly easily. So now we do go to Final Exam. Fellas, you selected category 3 for your 2-pointer. That corresponds to the category of sports movies. Between Paul and Lon, who would like to take it?
I could take this. What do you think?
If you want it, go for it.
Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this one.
All right, and your question for 2 points and a 2-point lead. John Candy and Doug E. Doug star in this 1993 Disney sports film about the 1988 Winter Olympics Jamaican bobsled team?
Cool Runnings.
One of the gaps in my viewing, never seen it, don't know why. That is correct.
It's class.
For 2 points, as the world is now let down. That's correct, and Final Exam, once again, has the lead. It is 27-25, so we go back to King Arthur. They, for their three-pointer, selected Category 9. Jillian, that's going to saddle them with biopics. And it's going to be downtown Arthur Newman who is going to be fielding that question solo. And once again, that category is biopics. And this is for Griffin.
Biopics.
I mean Arthur.
Arthur, for your 3-point question, who won an Oscar for playing famous comedian Fanny Brice in 1968's Funny Girl?
That is Brooklyn's own Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand is correct for 3 points to King Arthur.
All right, and so now King Arthur finds himself back on top with a 1-point lead over Final Exam. Final Exam can recover that and regain the lead themselves if they hit their three-pointer, courtesy of the delinquent, Lon Harris. Lon, your team selected Category 7, and that corresponds to a world you know a little something about, crime movies.
A little.
My métier, yeah.
And your question. For 3 points. William Fichtner plays money launderer Roger Van Zant in what Michael Mann film?
I believe the answer is Heat.
And it is on right now because that is correct for
He's
3
on.
points. It is once again a 2-point lead for
Action
Final
is the
Exam.
juice.
Jillian, that bounces it back
Action is the
to
juice.
King Arthur for a 5-point question that they now have to have. They selected number 1. It's their very first match. Why not? That lands them with the category of Quentin Tarantino movies.
Gentlemen, for
Tarantino.
your 5-point question, Quentin Tarantino has a cameo as an insensitive director in what 1996 film from Spike Lee?
Very him.
Griffin, what are you thinking?
I believe the answer is Girl 6.
That sounds right. Let's use one repeat just to make sure. We'll hear the question.
Okay, we'll use that JTE.
Repeat the question.
All right,
Oh,
Jillian, they're going to... That's right.
Sorry. Quentin Tarantino has a cameo as an insensitive director in what
Decorator.
1996 film from Spike Lee?
Girl 6 sounds right. You want to go with that?
I'm gonna say let's double that. I'm running the math
All right.
in my head. I think it's right. I hope so.
All right. Let's go. Girl 6, final answer.
That's right.
Mark, they got their 5 points to King
That
Arthur.
is correct, and just like that, it's been a back and forth really match, and particularly round number 3. King Arthur now sees themselves on top, and they force the hand of Final Exam. There is no chance for sudden death overtime. It's simply a matter of Final Exam. If they hit their 5-pointer, they're advancing in the tournament. If they miss it, King Arthur, in their debut match, will be advancing to the second round. So Final Exam, it all comes down to this. You may confer with each other for this question. It's a 5-pointer, and you selected category 14. And your category is a young man who I think has a future in Hollywood, Denzel Washington.
Okay.
And your question. For 5 points and the win. Denzel Washington plays a British military veteran who turns to a life of crime in what 1989 thriller?
Thriller.
Is this not Out of Time?
No, it's
89.
earlier.
It's not Cry Freedom. 89.
No. That is around the era of Ricochet, which he's in.
Yeah, repeat the question.
All right, that's your final JTE rule. And the question, Denzel Washington plays a British military veteran who turns to a life of crime in what 1989 thriller?
It's not, because Glory's that year, obviously. It's not that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not Glory. I don't think it's Ricochet, but that's the only one that's...
Lon, I believe it's The Mighty Quinn.
You're right. That's absolutely what it is.
The Mighty Quinn, final answer.
And your winner, King Arthur! King Arthur gets the win. The answer for Queen and Country. For Queen and Country is what we were looking for there, and so it is that King Arthur in their debut match gets a win and advances in the tournament. One of the best teams we have in the movie Trivia Schmoedown as they celebrate in the green room / hotel lobby. It's going to be me and Jillian closing up shop. Jillian, you talk about an all-time match. You didn't pick a bad one for your debut here on the desk alongside me, and what a great job you did, as did King Arthur in facing a tall task with Final Exam. These are two veteran players and a veteran team. They were able to overcome all that experience with guts, with grit, and with know-how when it mattered the most.
I mean, I still have goosebumps after that match. I don't know about you, and I'm sure the fans agree. That was such an intense match. It really could have gone either way throughout that entire competition between the two of them. We saw great communication from Final Exam, but this rookie team of King... Should we call him King Arthur now? Do we need to do that in air quotes? Should we King Arthur? They're a team to definitely keep an eye on. I think a lot of people in the Schmoedown community may call this an upset.
It might be, and it might bust some brackets, but we know what Newman can do. We know what Khan can do. You put them together, and sometimes that chemistry is combustible, but here it was an explosion of knowledge, and we saw that despite both teams getting opponent's choice in round number 2. This was a crazy topsy-turvy match we just had, and you and I were just lucky enough to have box seats for it, as was the great Jen Sturger, who we throw it to now for an exclusive post-match interview with the winning team, King Khan, Downtown Arthur Newman, and their manager, Gucci. It is King Arthur. Jen, it's all yours.
I know. Something laser beams. Congratulations, Gucci and the Finstock Exchange and King Arthur on your first win as a team. Holy shnikes. That was a crazy match, guys, especially considering you sound like you're playing in an arcade.
Yeah, well, you gotta do it. You dealt the hand, you play the hand you're dealt.
You dealt the hand you played, yeah.
Something like that.
They let the fox guard the hen house. You can't do that.
You don't bite the hand you dealt, or something like that.
So tell me, guys, what were you thinking when you spun opponent's choice? Because let's face it, you weren't playing a newbie team. You were playing one of the top teams in the Schmoedown. You know they did their homework on you. They know you had they had you scouted. What were you thinking when you spun opponent's choice and you got Wizarding World?
Well, yeah, from the very beginning, we knew that was the slice they were going to give us. And then, like that, we would not consider either of that our strength, but we thought we could do well enough to stay in the game, and that's exactly what happened.
How do you prepare for opponents like Lon Harris and Paul Oyama? I mean, arguably two of the greatest to play this game.
You want to take it?
Yeah, you leave no corner uncovered, you know? You stay in the game, you stay on your feet, you stay sharp, you know? As the king himself said, Wizarding World was the thing we wanted the least. But we were able to give it right back to them with release dates, and they had to go down, you know, to multiple a couple times. They got a lead on us, but it wasn't insurmountable. And I've never missed a final round question yet. I don't plan to anytime soon.
That's facts.
Exactly.
Yesterday's
Gucci.
price ain't today's price. Go ahead.
Something like that. Everyone was making fun of you at the beginning of the season. I'm pretty sure I was probably in that group.
Yeah, everybody was.
Because look, you drafted a lot of rookies. A lot of people thought you didn't know what you were doing. A lot of people thought you had lost your mind. They were partially correct. But besides that, how great are you feeling now, having made this team up between these two gentlemen, and just how great they performed today together, considering, like I said, their first match as a team under such high stakes?
Look, you know, everybody thought I lost my mind, but I actually found it. So what you're trying to do, what we tried to do here was like, oh yeah, it's going to be definitely Roka and JTE or Barbarian and whoever. But these were the guys that we wanted early in the season that were going to be these. We had, you know, Rushmore did their thing. They almost got there. I'm not going to put another team. I'm not going to put the same team in again. It doesn't work that way. We stood by our rule. the rookies, what we're going to stand by, and how we're going to deliver. And that's exactly what we're doing. You know, we haven't had a championship match, and that's the only reason why these other teams are in front of us. The Quirky Mercs have like 3 wins, and they're like in the faction league because they keep winning championship games. We're not there yet. We haven't won those yet, but we will. And when we do, like I said, when the smoke clears at the end of the year, we're going to be right there because we will get those championships. We're going to be all over the Spectacular. We'll have every single match in the Spectacular.
I was going to say, what do you think the missing piece is? Or do you just think that the pieces haven't had a chance to get as much gameplay in yet?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the last couple of games and matches, the wheel hasn't been our friend. And today it wasn't at all either. I mean, we were fortunate enough that Final Exam also, rolled opponent's choice, which seems to happen a lot. We believe in ourselves here. We're the best studiers. We're the best camaraderie. We have the best faction. I've said this from day one. You know, we'll win Faction of the Year. We're going to win Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and every single other award there is. That's just it.
TK, I'd like to say 2 things. I'd like to say 2 things quickly. Permission to speak. 2 things I want to say quickly.
Absolutely.
First of all, we had everything working against us this match. I don't know if you've heard, but we're in a hotel lobby. I am traveling. I didn't think the match would happen this week. My match attire back in New York on the other side of the country. We got the exact thing we wanted least on the wheel. And still we win because losing is not an option for us. It's not an option. Second thing I want to say is
straight to the championship.
You said my man Gucci looked crazy during the draft, and I take offense to that, but I want to tell you a little fairy tale. It's about a man named Sonny Weaver Jr., who people thought was a lunatic during the draft. Everyone said he should get Bo Callahan, but guess what? No one showed up to Bo Callahan's birthday party because he's not a team player. And he went with a little-known prospect named Vontae Mack. He said, Vontae Mack, no matter what. And that man became king of Wakanda. We're talking about a movie called Draft Day 2014. 29.5 million worldwide box office. Not a hit, went into profit only once they hit VOD and airplanes.
I wonder how this guy knows so much about Draft Day. Yeah, it's weird.
Vontae Mack, no matter what.
Anyways, gentlemen.
That was a great
We watch our own pockets. And we stay in the pocket. And win.
All the pockets. Anyways, let's get back to center here. So you guys, your work is just getting started. You're going to be facing the winner of Chaos Theory versus Deception. Do you guys have a preference here? Obviously, I feel like Gucci enjoys going against corruption as much as possible, so that could be a fun twist. But then again, there is Chaos Theory that there just isn't as much information on out there.
Who's Chaos Theory?
Yeah, on one hand, Chaos Theory, Griffin already beat Jacoby, so there's that. And on the other hand is a current singles champ and a former singles champ. So I think it's probably easy who we'd rather face.
A match I missed.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
No.
It's also probably more likely who you're gonna face. So let's keep that in perspective too.
Here, you see any shaking here? There's no shaking there.
And last question, guys.
I like playing winners. I look forward to playing whoever wins.
And last question for you guys. A lot of people might call this match an upset. Any last words for them?
They're wrong.
It's not an upset. Under this mask, I'm smiling. I'm the furthest I've ever been from upset, despite the fact that I thought this match would not be happening this week, and I'm in a hotel lobby.
You know, look, a lot of people call us the second banana. You know what? We know what we're going to do. Call them an ambulance. That's just the way it is.
First bananas, baby, and you can print that on the front cover of your newspaper tomorrow. We're first bananas only.
First bananas. Hashtag.
Yes.
Bananas! I feel like I took mushrooms before this interview. Anyways, congratulations, guys. Congratulations, guys, on a fantastic victory today. And best of luck in the rest of this tournament, because I feel like you might be one of the teams to watch.
I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll introduce you to Jimmy.
Yeah, we'll meet up and party.
We'll get Jimmy on the phone.
That is a very happy, elated even King Arthur. They know the work isn't done, but Julian, I don't think they're going to be any shy about celebrating what just transpired. They beat Final Exam, and Final Exam played really well. King Arthur, just better by that much.
That's exactly correct, you know, and King Arthur, they were a team to watch at the start of the tournament. When the team was compiled, everyone was like, wait, who who are these guys? This is insane. This is an insane team. And Jen was right in that interview. I think that Tom Dagnino does definitely have a method to his badness, because that shocking draft that they had at the beginning of the year, it's definitely been paying off for them.
It's just a question of whether that methodology lives up to his particular brand of madness. He might also have a chip on his shoulder because of all the flack he got for his draft earlier at the outset of this season. Well, he's making good on his rookies that he selected, and looking at Newman and looking at Khan, they are scary on their own, but together could be even more powerful. The Grail isn't quite within King Arthur's sights yet, but it's getting closer. As for Final Exam, they had high hopes going into this tournament of possibly running the table. That's not going to happen now after this loss. Where do they go from here? We're going to find out. That's why we have Jen Sturger. She's the best in the business to ask these tough questions. She's going to have an interview with them as well as their manager, Winston Marshall. Jen, back to you.
This is a really, really heartbreaking loss, guys. I'm sure not just for you both, but for all of your fans out there, just because you are one of those teams we expect to see in the finals. I honestly expected to see you holding a belt by the end of the season, because that's the caliber of play you two gentlemen bring to the table. It just didn't work your way today. Winston, do you guys have any words?
I mean, you said it's a tough loss. We've been having a lot of those lately, haven't we? And it's never fun.
No.
You know, we did what we could, came up short. It's obviously frustrating when you feel like there are points there for the taking that you didn't get.
Where do you think you came up short specifically today, besides the 5-pointer?
I mean, we went multiple choice 3 times. That would have, I believe, sent us to sudden death in round 2 if we would have just got those questions. Or if, you know, we just would have got 1 or 2 more points in round 1, and maybe if I get that perfect round, we get, you know, the bonus there. There's a lot of areas, I think, and that's what's frustrating, is it's not just one mistake. Obviously, you would have, you know, the 5-pointer would have made all that a moot point. But, you know, it just sucks. There's like 5 Denzel movies I haven't seen, and that's one of them. And
I'm mostly
definitely
just
hurts.
frustrated that I have to wait now to go meet those guys in Jimmy in Koreatown because we got to finish this. So that is frustrating. I'd like to get over there.
It's, I mean, the first thing I want to get off my chest, like, I love me some Griffey Nooms. He's pretty funny. The sheer amount of disrespect to fully quote draft day. I know I can't swear, but I had to get it off my chest. Just knowing that was the movie that cost us the title shot. It's fine. It's fine. You're funny in your movie, sir. Okay.
The part that sucks is that I'm also one of the stars of draft day. Like, how did I forget? Weird that I forgot what team my own film was about. Like, I don't.
It's just, yeah.
I think building.
I think the rough part more than anything is I know how bad these guys want it. I know how hard they study. I know that this was the dream that, you know, we set forth at the start of 2020. And these guys have hit some insane highs, and we just never truly got over the hump.
I just don't understand why or where it happens. Do you know what I mean? Because it just seems to me like it's just a series of unfortunate events. It's not like anyone's really under-delivering.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
and that's the people have bad days. There are some matches where we had bad days. Sometimes it is 1,000% the luck of the draw, because you look at some of those matches where, again, we set the points record against Odd Couple, and then they turn around and set the points record right back. Like, it is just a matter of kind of how
it comes down to the questions. I mean, I think a lot of this, we sort of all pretend that there's all of this, you know, strategy, and there is, and there's, you know, studying and prep and all this stuff. And on a certain level, on any given day, they get a question that they know, and we get a question that we're not sure about. I mean, it really comes down to, like, this whole match came down to this one question. And they knew Girl 6 right away, mid-90s, Spike Lee, big movie. We got a movie that did not, you know, really come out in wide release in the U.S., and it just got by us. So, I don't think you want to look too deeply into it, because it's just really that one question flips the match.
And fact of the matter, you know, you can say this is like me saying this after the fact, but when the teams were announced, I was like, oh, interesting. The 2 best teams in the tournament are playing each other, and that was this match. So that was not the best draw, I think, in my mind. I feel like this team is going to go pretty deep in the tournament. I figured whoever won this would go pretty far, and this was obviously a tough matchup. They're a great team, you know, kind of an unpredictable one for most people. But it's never fun to come out on the losing end. But ton of respect to those two guys. They came out and played a hell of a game.
Yeah, I mean, they played amazing.
Like our opponents have gotten opponent's choice like 2 times in a row and we lost both matches. That's, when that happens, it's kind of on you.
Yeah. So I go ahead, Jen. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It's all that being said, odds are, based off how everything is playing out for the following season and stuff like this, is probably the last time that we see Final Exam together, at least in this particular era. Yeah, this tournament, that was it, buddy. So,
wow.
So
am I like free to go? Like, is that?
Yeah, if you want to leave now, you can
really?
leave. Well, you still have to. We got to do some other stuff first.
Oh,
we got to do some other stuff first.
I'm gonna go meet Jimmy, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay, all right, you meet Jimmy. But either way, I just want to say, at least for the two of you as a pair, man, it has been an absolute honor. We have had some incredible times doing this thing. And I sincerely hope that whatever the future holds for the both of you as players, man, that nothing but like goodness and success comes to y'all. And I hope that I continue to get to work with you. But obviously we know things are changing. So nothing but love for both of you. Final Exam will forever be in people's hearts. And it is what it is, baby.
Am I getting kicked out of the Schmoedown? You can tell me.
Just give it to me. You owe a lot in Schmoedown back taxes.
Okay, we'll work it out.
Thank you, Juan, for some levity, because I'm not going to lie. This one hurts. This one hurts a lot. So tough loss today, gentlemen. But I just have to say I respect all of you immensely. And regardless of where you guys end up or what you end up doing next season, I know I'm looking at future champions. So.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
Heart you guys. Okay.
We'll be around.
See you guys soon.
Jillian, there you have it. And the question is now on the table. Is that the last time that we see Final Exam compete as we know them constructed today? Primetime and Delinquent. If it was, your memories, your takeaway from everything, all the joy, all the knowledge they've displayed that they provided to us here at the Schmoedown over the years.
Final Exam is definitely one of those teams that I feel that everyone thought definitely could have won this entire tournament. They could have been belt holders, and both Paul and Lon are such extraordinary players. And it's heartbreaking to see that this ends the season of Final Exam. I'm going to be honest, Mark. I thought they had that 5-point question. They were so confident in it, and then just seeing that it didn't go their way today is a little heartbreaking. And just to think that this could be the end of Final Exam is sad to think about.
Yeah, and we don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I think it was nice of their manager, Winston Marshall, to say, hey, look, just in case, we all know things are changing. We don't, including myself and you, we're not privy to everything that might go on. I don't think anybody can foretell the future of the Schmoedown going into Season 9, but just in case, it was nice for him in a public forum to say, hey, it was a pleasure to serve alongside you, and I think it was a pleasure for both of us and everybody that got a chance to call their matches, or all the fans to watch their matches, to say, man, what a great team they were. Did they live up to all the promise that they could have had with their individual talents? That's not really the point anymore. The point is we loved having them compete in the Schmoedown, and they were one of the best teams to do it, and one of the most feared teams in this tournament, who is now out thanks to King Arthur, the new team on the block, and they will be advancing to face the winner of Chaos Theory and Deception. And so as we wrap up here, we say thanks to Jen Sturger for 2 wonderful interviews with 2 great teams and 2 fantastic managers. And the word fantastic is going to be used one more time, because that's how I would describe the performance of my partner in crime today, Jillian Marie. Your first time on the desk. How much fun was it?
This was such a treat. Oh my goodness. This was an absolute blast. Thank you so much for inviting me. I loved every second of it.
See, it's a piece of cake. I don't know why they pay me all those gold bars. It's not like I earn them, but hey, we're here. We did it. We asked the questions. We usher you along, and sometimes you get a great match like what we just witnessed. Well, that is just the beginning of the teams tournament here. So many incredible teams, so many great matches to look forward to. Hopefully some with this young lady right here alongside myself. For everybody here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, our hardworking writing team, the incredible crew behind the scenes at Skybound, all of the competitors and managers you saw today, Jillian Marie, I am merely Mark Ellis saying thank you and good night.
Well, I mean, I said it up top. I knew who was going to win, and I knew who was going to lose. And for a second there, it seemed like maybe, despite knowing the outcome, it seemed almost like Final Exam was actually going to pull out the victory. But They didn't. On a very, very tough 5-pointer, which no one really brought up the fact that King Arthur won on a movie question involving for Queen and Country. You know, I thought there was a joke opportunity there. But, that being said, it was a great match. I really enjoyed it. I loved the back and forth. I love that even though they got opponent's choice, both teams really came to play. And I also loved the opponent's choice given because I got to answer some questions because those are two categories. Well, one definitely more than the other that I'm actually fairly confident in, which is why I got 11 points today. So I'm walking, as far as I'm concerned, I'm walking away with a victory today. But yeah, that's really all I can say for this match today. And well, hopefully now I can watch more matches in the future. Goodbye for now.
Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, cause I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.